Sweater weather means soup season. This is how to make classic French onion soup.
Heat 2 tablespoons of butter in a large Dutch oven and add 3 large sliced onions. Cook covered over medium heat until the onions are soft, about 10 minutes. Uncover and cook until caramelized, about 45 minutes, stirring often. Stir in 2 tablespoons of dry sherry and 4 cups of beef broth. Make an herb bouquet by filling cheesecloth with parsley, thyme, rosemary, and a bay leaf and tying it with twine. Add the bouquet to the pot and bring it all up to a boil, then reduce and simmer for about 30 minutes. Take out the herbs and season with salt and pepper. Butter sourdough slices and bake until golden. Ladle the soup into oven-proof bowls, then top with Gruyere and toast. Bake until melted and golden. This soup is so comforting and surprisingly easy to make. You and your house will smell like onions, but it is so worth it. This white chicken chili is one of the easiest soups you'll ever make because all you do is pour everything into a slow cooker and walk away. Soak 1 pound of navy beans in water overnight. Then, the next morning, cut 1 3/4 pound boneless, skinless chicken thighs into 1 1/2 inch pieces. Add the chicken and beans to the slow cooker with 2 cups of chopped onion, 2 4-ounce cans of spicy chopped green chilies, 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, 2 teaspoons of cumin, 1 packet of white chicken chili seasoning mix, and 1 teaspoon of salt with 5 cups of chicken broth. Cover and cook on high for 5 hours, top with your favorite toppings, and enjoy. Peel, de-seed, and cube 1 butternut squash and thinly slice 1 onion. Over medium heat, saute onion with olive oil until translucent and soft. Add butternut squash and mix to combine. Then pour in just enough water to cover the squash. Season with salt and bring to a boil, then reduce to a simmer, cover, and allow to simmer for about 40 minutes. You'll know it's done when a piece is easily broken by a fork. Remove from heat and using a blender, an immersion blender, or a food processor, blend all the contents of the pot. Once smooth, season with salt to taste and add a splash of sherry vinegar. Finally, stir and enjoy.
There are a lot of ways to make chicken and dumplings, but this way is my favorite.
Start by cooking a whole chicken for an hour over medium-high in a large stock pot with a teaspoon of poultry seasoning, some salt, 2 quarts of chicken broth, and enough water just to cover the chicken. Remove the chicken from the broth, then let it cool and shred it. Season the broth with salt and pepper, then add the shredded chicken back to the broth and bring it up to a simmer. Meanwhile, make the dumplings by combining 3 cups of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of poultry seasoning, a 1/3 cup of shortening, 2 teaspoons of bacon drippings, and a cup of milk. Knead the dough until it's smooth and then roll it an 8-inch thick and cut it into 1-inch pieces. Thicken the broth by adding a mixture of equal parts cornstarch and water. Add the dumplings to the broth and cook it for 25 minutes before serving. It's just like grandma's or Cracker Barrel's. Cook 4 strips of bacon in the microwave until they're crispy, then crumble. Place potatoes, onions, carrots, beans, parsnips, celery, broth, garlic, salt, and bacon in a 5-quart slow cooker. Cover and cook on low until potatoes and beans are tender, so around 6 hours. Uncover and stir in kale. Cook uncovered until kale is tender, so about 2 minutes, then stir in lemon juice. Ladle your soup into bowls and garnish with black pepper and thyme. In a large Dutch oven over medium heat, add onions and carrots. Stir and cook until softened. Add garlic and cook until fragrant, then add sweet potatoes, Yukon Gold potatoes, salt, black pepper, cumin, cinnamon, and cayenne pepper. Add chicken stock and bring to a boil. Then, reduce heat to medium-low and simmer until potatoes are very tender. Process with an immersion blender until smooth. Melt butter in a skillet and then add pecans and cook until they're toasted. Top your soup with 2 tablespoons of pecans, a tablespoon of yogurt, and some parsley. Enjoy!
This stew is one of the South's most controversial recipes. Here's why.
Brunswick stew is very popular in certain parts of the South and is traditionally made out of smoked meats, tomatoes, barbecue sauce, and a blend of vegetables. But the origin of the stew is unclear. Both Brunswick, Georgia, and Brunswick County, Virginia claim Brunswick stew. It can be served as a side or main dish depending on where you are. Georgians and Virginians both swear theirs is better than the other. I just know it's delicious.
All right, Granny, what are we making today?
We're gonna make chicken and sausage gumbo.
Hey.
You have never made gumbo, George?
No.
Maybe that's why you don't have a boyfriend. We're going to do it the easy way. We're going to cheat. We're going to use store-bought items instead of doing everything from scratch. When you cook it as many years as I have, you know exactly how to make it taste. If you would be making it from scratch, you would do it with oil and flour and stir and stir and stir and stir some more. Yeah, if I could open it, that's also Cajun, hitting on the cabinet.
What you doing?
Pouring the oil out
Why?
because you don't want too much fat in your gumbo. It's probably going to take almost half of this jar of fruit. Stir it until it gets all dissolved. I didn't chop the onions and the peppers and the celery and the bell pepper. I bought a bag of seasoning blend. Just as good, same thing. It's faster. This is smoked pork sausage, so it's already seasoned, it's already smoked, and that's what's going to really give the gumbo a smoked flavor. Add that in there and just let it boil. And we're using boneless chicken because, again, I have spoiled grandkids. You cut the chicken in pieces. Now I'm adding our chicken. And you never have enough onions, never. You're gonna let it cook 45 minutes to an hour. Okay, the rice is all ready, the gumbo's ready, the potato salad is ready. So all we gotta do now is serve the plate and eat. Rice. And here comes the good stuff. You take a scoop of your potato salad and you put it right in the middle.
That's good stuff.
Ah, c'est bon.
Chili plus macaroni equals one of my favorite potluck recipes ever.
Press sauté on your Instant Pot and adjust the time to 5 minutes. Allow the cooker to heat up before adding in oil and 1 pound of ground beef. Sauté beef until browned. You may need to press sauté again on the Instant Pot to get it cooked all the way through. Once beef is browned, add in chopped onion and minced garlic and continue sautéing until onion is soft, about 5 more minutes. Stir in chicken broth, drained kidney beans, fire-roasted diced tomatoes, salt, chili powder, cumin, and 10 ounces of elbow macaroni. Cook on manual pressure for 4 minutes on high, allowing time for cooker to come up to pressure. Then manually release the pressure. Once pressure is released, open the lid and stir in cheddar cheese before serving. This was my first time trying chili mac, and it definitely won't be my last.